Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the dark.
How are we gonna watch part 2 if we didn't even watch part 1, bro? Is this the same guy? Alright. Yeah, you guys have sent me this like 100 times. I'm not even exaggerating, to be absolutely honest with you. You're like, Papa God, please, can you watch this video? The darkest TikTok iceberg. I don't really understand why you guys want me to watch content about the darkest TikTok iceberg. I think that you guys think that just because I had 2.5 million followers and was verified on TikTok that somehow I give a fuck about TikTok. No, I understand why you do it. I'm just kidding. All right, let's watch it. It looks interesting. It's the iceberg of TikTok, so let's see what we got going on here. Maybe I'll make a cameo in this video, but I doubt it. And I also don't think I used the word cameo correctly, so I'm an idiot. I'm just looking through TikTok right now. What is happening here? Was that boobies or wieners? Dude, what is happening here, dude?
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the darkest TikTok iceberg.
Dude, who's that dude behind him? That scared the fuck out of me. Is that Pitbull? Jesus
Now this
Christ.
is a sequel to my darkest YouTube iceberg, but this video
Well, I'm a TikToker, so you know what? Fuck YouTube.
is a lot more gruesome. Reason being, because in the YouTube iceberg, we talked about just creepy videos on
Hey, I got a video with 2 million views today. I'm back, baby.
the website. Now for this TikTok iceberg, we're going to talk about real world events. In case you guys don't know how an iceberg works, which you should by now, honestly, it's a list that starts at the tip and ends up going all the way down to the dark abyss. As
That's what she said.
we go down, we begin covering topics that not the general audience knows about, but we're actually switching it up for this video. We're not doing it from most known to least known. We're doing it from most tame to most gruesome. This video gets really dark, and it sounds so ironic because it's TikTok.
Dude, no, I know what he's talking. I guarantee you there's a moment in here that I'm not going to say it right now. I'm going to see if he brings it up. That is really fucked up. I had a lot of my fans reach out to me and go like, dude, like, I'm like, they actually were like, Papa, I'm actually very upset right now. And I don't know how to respond to a bunch of kids messaging me that. Like, it feels like a weird parasocial relationship.
But you guys would be surprised with the stuff that goes on over there. Also, I made this list. Here is the list. If anyone else wants to make a video on it, just make sure to credit me. And
Fuck you. I'm not crediting you, Tuv. Don't watch Tuv's video. The darkest TikTok iceberg. Don't go there. Don't actually go to this person's content here. TUV with a, you know, don't do that. I actually want to see this again though. Cool beans. Let's go.
list. Here is the list. If anyone else wants to make a video on it, just make sure to credit me, and you can add on, remove, I don't care, but I made this list because this didn't really exist before. I hope you guys watch the whole thing. By the way, make sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to the channel if you are not already.
Dude, could you imagine people like that plug their stuff? Like who does that? Like who plugs all of their socials at all in videos? You know what I'm saying? Like fucking weirdos.
Subscribe yet. I'll earn your subscription by the end of this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's head on to the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg. Botting accounts. Like most social media, TikTok has a botting problem. Users that want followers can easily look up how to buy TikTok followers on Google and be met instantly with
That's what I do.
millions of
That's how I do it. That's how I got my big following. So I just botted my followers.
results. Most being shady websites with, let's just
How many? $80 for 5,000 followers? That's ridiculous, bro. Why the dude? What? That's ridiculous. That's a lot of money. Holy fuck, Charlie! How much did you spend just to hit 100 mil? Like Jesus Christ, girl, that was way too much money.
say some non-ideal price.
What is 24/7 support? Like, what do you get? What does this mean? Like, what support could you get? They follow your account. That's it.
Not only can you buy followers, but you can buy views, likes, and even comments. I don't know how
Nice. You can just do that on TikTok now. Like, you could just sponsor your posts now. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it interesting that the way that companies will deal with botting problems, because this is how like World of Warcraft does it too, is they'll just monetize it. They're like, oh, is your MMORPG, are people botting it to make money? Well, we'll just sell you gold. Oh, is TikTok, do we have a problem with bots on TikTok? Oh, well, we'll just make it so that we'll basically bot the content by selling advertisements on there. And you'll usually go with it even if it's more expensive because you're like, you know what? I don't want to get my account removed if they find that I'm botting. It was actually a really big problem because I got botted for, like on a couple of videos like a way long time ago on like my second ever account. I've had a lot of accounts. You know, So I had that problem as well, and you get nervous. You're like, oh, dude, somebody might screw me over.
To be to do that
because somebody was botting like 2 of my videos. It was so weird, and I was like, dude, I got nervous because like I don't want to get my account removed.
Jail talk. Jail talk is a term used for inmates which have their cellular devices with them and make TikToks. These videos are for the most part innocent and wholesome, with the comment section usually joking about how they can escape. They're not hurting anybody, but there is a reason why they are in jail in the first place, which is why they are on this list.
I mean, dude, I don't give a fuck if people in jail have cell phones. Like, honestly, what's the goal? What's the real goal of jail? Like, is it to remove everything that's enjoyable in life, or is it to put people in a facility where you can regulate them to make it so they can function in society? Like, I don't care if you have a fucking PlayStation 4 in jail. If you're a murderer, then I don't want you to have anything. You should be locked in a room, you know, but depending on the murder, I guess. I mean, if it was like self-defense. But you get my point. But like, dude, oh, this guy sold drugs. It's like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe we have like a really shitty system in America that encourages people to sell drugs to poor people, you know, in poor neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck that these dudes have fucking phones.
At the tip of the iceberg. Fetishization of murderers.
That's
TikTok is a place for anyone with any interest. It's no doubt some people are interested in murderers. I mean, my whole channel is dedicated to morbid topics. But some people, mainly young teens, push the boundaries.
Well, that's the thing. It's not a fetish for murderers. It's dumb kids. And dude, sorry to get political here. It's always these stupid fucking leftist kids that simp for these like for attractive like people. Although, like, honestly, I can't even just give the progressive shit, because you weird fucking conservative simp for Gypsy Crusader, and like it's you guys are both sides are assholes.
Boundary a little when they begin romanticizing these murderers.
There's still people who think EDP should have a platform. You know, those aren't the progressives. So.
Take Cameron Herron, for example. In April of this year, this 21-year-old man was sentenced to a total of 24 years in prison for killing a 24-year-old mom and her baby during an illegal street race.
Yeah, that shit was fucked
people
up.
On TikTok were begging for his freedom because he is quote-unquote cute. With dedicated fan edits, comments like, chances should be given and he deserves it. And he is innocent. Please let him go, or justice for him. I think it's
justice for the mom that's dead and the kid.
Safe to say that the teenage girls that are writing these comments have no real sense of murder and have no idea how this affects the family.
Because they're entitled losers that don't understand like that life or death.
Hey Emily, just because you sat through the entirety of True Crime on Netflix doesn't mean you have a special connection with murderers. It's not only male murderers that are simped for, though. There was also the case of Isabella Guzman, who in 2013 was the age 18 and stabbed her mother 151 times, killing her. TikTok teens began requesting for her freedom because 1, they just thought she was cool, and 2, people said that the only reason she killed her mom was due to being abused, though that was never proven, so people were just going off freedom because freedom in 2013 was the age 18, simped for, though. Doesn't mean you have a special connection with murderers. It's not only male murderers that are simped for, though. There was also the case of Isabella Guzman killing twins. Just like young teens, people said that the only reason she killed her mom was due to being abused, though that was never proven, so people were just going off word of mouth.
Yeah, that's like the breaking news people. Oh my god, she was abused. Like, can you prove it? But if she was, then she should be released. I don't give a shit. Like, you stay with your parents because they abuse the shit out of you. If your parents are worthless dog shit, then.
Fetishization of school shooters. Just like young teens simp for murderers, they also simp for school shooters. Most notably, Devin Erickson.
Dude, I remember this one. People were like, oh, they're also trans. So they like, I was like, dude, who cares? It's fucking crazy. Throw these people into a fucking pit.
Actually talked about on this channel back in March. Anyway, it's exactly what you'd expect. Fan edits, comments saying he's hot, and I wouldn't doubt some asking for his freedom. Speaking of romanticizing school shooters, I remember FTP made a couple shirts referencing the Columbine school shooters, Eric and Dylan. And in one shirt, there's a print of both of them after they committed. I don't know who started this trend of thinking school shooters are people you should idolize, because they're not. They're shit humans that took away lives of innocent people.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just want to take a few moments out of this video to talk about today's sponsor, Atlas VPN.
I get the sponsor shit. I totally do. I just feel like it's just not placed in the correct spot. You know, it's like, hey, it's really fucked up that people simp for school shooters. By the way, get NordVPN so that you can look at child porn and nobody can find out. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's not the place for it. It's not the place for it, you know?
Buying rare usernames. Rare usernames are exactly that. Usernames that are 3 to 4 letters each, or usernames that are a single word or name. Twitter and Instagram also have these communities which sell and buy rare usernames. These purchases take place outside of the app on forums and sell for upwards of $4,500. Usually these purchases are made using cryptocurrency, but at the end of the day, it is up for the people within the deal to decide. Fake TikTok.
I just don't care about that.
TikTok login sites. This is a scam that aims to steal your account by collecting your username and password.
Why are these on the same level as simping or like obviously idolizing murderers? This is weird.
Scammers do this by sending you a fake login site that looks just like the real TikTok website, except the only difference is the URL. The URL should be tiktok.com, but instead is something like tiktoklogin.site. Once putting your information in, you'll be met with a fake 404 error screen.
Well, it looks like a real error screen.
The surface.
But I understand what
Faking disabilities. There was an instance last week where this girl on TikTok did some detective work and found out that the account at adopted and
Bro, dude, I saw a video the other day, and it was like girls. You know, girls are the best archaeologists because they dig up the past so well. And like this is what we're talking about. These fucking women, dude. like where the hell did you find this shit?
Disabled child was actually a guy pretending to be disabled.
That's
for
fucked
what?
up.
I'm assuming for clout and then collecting donations afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. We've actually, there was a couple, I think one person that we found out was doing that on our channel a while ago. He was like pretending to have a disability working at like a pizza place. And then he's like, sorry guys, I faked it. I need the money. It's
to her because she actually found out that the quote unquote disabled man in the video is a soccer player for a Norwegian football team. I don't know what goes on through your head to say, you know what? I should fake a disability today and post it on TikTok. Eventually,
hey, listen, you fake a disability, it gives you disability to get bread. You know what I'm saying, dude? Disability.
Your friends and family will find out, and if not, then a random girl on TikTok will. Lopez brothers.
True.
Okay, I honestly don't want to waste my breath on these fucking idiots, so I'm gonna make this one really quick.
I hate talking about the Lopez brothers. I hate it, because like let's just see what he says.
They are both guilty of soliciting minors. Yes, there is...
Well, so dude, like right off the bat, like... So Tony is definitely guilty of soliciting minors. He's 20 years old talking to 16-year-olds. I always talk about it. It's gross. It's like not illegal. In my opinion, as long as you're apologetic and genuinely and you stop the behavior, you can move on from it. I think that's totally fine. Andre, though, we never got through anything. We have no proof, but it was pretty like reasonable evidence to suggest that he at 23 slept with a 24-year-old, but we don't talk about it, which is fucked up. I don't really understand why.
Proof.
She's 14.
Yeah, we just don't know if that's actually his voice, but like we do know that his girlfriend broke up with him when this came out, and she was crying, and she like completely removed him from all of his stuff, etc., etc.
You are how old?
23.
Yeah. You know what can happen to you?
I do.
We have to watch part 2. Daniel Larson's in it.
I do realize that.
And yes, for some reason, little girls still love them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucked up. I've talked about him in depth. I think Tony should be able to move on. Andre was never, he never was held accountable for his shit. It's messed up. It sounded like him. I don't know what he sounds like. My thing with Andre is, my understanding is that it happened at a TikTok party, and they lied and said that they were 18. Like the girl, the sister or cousin said that the girl was 18 and he slept with her. My thing though is, why aren't you IDing people at a party with alcohol at a hype house? I just feel like in general, hype house, people don't realize hype houses are business houses, and like they take a percentage of the money that you make on TikTok and their brand deals and stuff, and they kick you out if you don't make enough views and whatnot to promote the hype house. So how does at the very least the hype house should be responsible for allowing this? To me, it's a child endangerment. You didn't check the identification of the people coming in. Why?
JoeRope. JoeRope was a TikToker with 4 million followers. His content consisted of being politically correct, and yeah, that was it. His TikToks would get millions of views, and I'm sure you've seen him on your For You page at some point.
I'm proud to be a part of the people deplatforming JoeRope, by the way.
Well, last month, multiple minors came out explaining that JoeRope had groomed them. One of them, the one that got the most views, was a boy by the name of DYLG16. This person goes on to explain that JoeRope is a disgusting hypocrite and abuses his clout to groom and prey upon underage boys. He goes on to say that Joe asked for his Snapchat during a live stream, and that led to Joe being invited to Zoom calls with...
What was the last update on JoeRope? He lost his job and the police are investigating him.
His friends. Joe would send him and his minor friends online BDSM tests and would ask to see their scores so he could see what their kinks were. He then personally invited the 16-year-old minor to stay with him at a 1-bedroom Airbnb.
It's not quite what happened. this guy was 17 at the time. JoeRope was trying to set it up so that they can go to an B&B together one-on-one when he hit 18. And that's why, like, that's what grooming would be. It's like getting somebody ready to sleep with them while also cutting them off from their friends and etc. Because that's what he did. He tried to... JoeRope also... See, this is the thing. When we just throw around the word grooming, we don't know what the fuck it means. JoeRope also, what he would do... So, typical grooming patterns is when you try to get somebody prepped to sleep with you, but you also create a dependence onto you. So you drive a wedge between like family, friends, etc., etc. And that's what JoeRope did. He drove a wedge between this kid and his entire friend group. And he's like, "Oh, I'm your only real friend. Like, you should, like, you know, you should stay with me." That's what it is. He was 17 at the time that he started he started to groom the kid. And then once he hit 18, he was like, "Oh, I want to stay with you at a Airbnb." That's why it makes it so predatory. And he was 27, I believe, at the time.
He even offered to buy him alcohol. And if that wasn't damning enough, JoeRope ended up deleting his account shortly after these allegations came out. Bro, if there's one thing I don't like, it's fucking groomers, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You're weird. You're weird. You're weird.
Yeah, they are weird.
Cartel TikTok. Cartel TikTok is a series of TikToks that display the lavish lifestyle of the cartel. Or, well, the bright side of it, if that's what you want to call it. All of the expensive cars, houses, jewelry, and money. There have also been some more violent ones of members shooting at rival gangs and the police. Apparently, I'm saying apparently because this is word of mouth, teenagers from the US were really intrigued by the lifestyle and asked if they could join the cartel. Some cartel members would respond and say yeah, and they would force these teenagers to smuggle drugs for them, I'm assuming into Mexico. As of now, TikTok has taken down any hashtags related to the cartel.
Oh, that's good.
Zombie Woman. Zombie Woman is the nickname given to a woman in distress recorded from a neighbor earlier this year in May in Seattle, Washington. Now, I've tried researching what actually is the story behind this video, but there isn't really a solid story. So I'm just going to read you guys some popular theories. The first theory is that this woman is a victim of domestic abuse due to dyeing her hair pink and her boyfriend not liking it. Also forgot to mention that in that same theory, the boyfriend allegedly ripped her hair out due to not liking the pink. That's the most I could find for that one. The second theory is that this woman is just on some type of heavy drug.
I feel like we shouldn't be like speculating like this. Like there should be much more credible evidence before we speculate.
Like
maybe call the police.
The third theory
not put it on
is that
TikTok.
This woman is a victim of human trafficking, and she had escaped her abuser. Someone said that she was holding a pseudo baby to cope with her real baby being killed. Again, these are just theories.
Yeah, this feels weird to be
Indian
theories.
Trend. Yes, you heard that right. I know I'm gonna censor a lot for this video. Hope you guys still watch it. Before TikTok was banned in India, in the summer of 2020, a popular Indian user by the name of Muhibur Rahman and his friend filmed and uploaded a disturbing video where they duetted a woman's video. I'm assuming the woman's video was made to raise awareness of sexual abuse, but these two men used that as an opportunity to make it seem like they just got done using her.
There's a lot of sexism in India. We watched a whole Jubilee video on like women in India talking about like burns and how it's actually rather normal to have acid thrown on you. It's really fucked up.
Another popular Indian influencer uploaded a similar video, but instead lip-synced to a song with the lyrics, "Only I have a right over your body." Eventually, women of India took to Twitter to report this new trend, and the chairperson of the National Commission for Women in India took note of this and managed to get TikTok to ban the trend.
Well, that's good.
Holocaust challenge.
Yo,
I can't even believe some of the stuff I'm saying right now. Like this is real stuff that happened on TikTok. In August of 2020, a new
dude, this was so bad. Oh my god, I remember this.
Trend began emerging in US TikTok. In this trend, teenagers would pretend to be Jews that had died during the Holocaust.
Dude, it's fucking... Bro, like, what goes through these kids' head? It's fucking crazy. Oh my god. I was put in Auschwitz camp at 19 with my family. We were forced to work. It was painful, exhausting. We were also tortured. Dude. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Diane Saltzman, the director of Survivor Affairs at the U.S. Holocaust Museum, told Insider, imitating Holocaust experiences dishonors the memory of victims, is offensive to survivors, and trivializes the history. I don't know how...
Bro, there was one video where this girl was like, oh, I forget the exact thing, but the girl was like, oh, it's like the 1950s, and I watched like my black friend get beat up, and like they're crying. And it's like, dude, what does that mean? Like, oh... In this scenario, I'm in the 1950s, but I'm not racist. I like black people, and it makes me sad when they get violently beat up. It's like, wow, you're such a good person. Like, what do you want? How do you want me to react to what you're doing? Oh, wow. Good person. You're a good person. Oh, okay.
How fucking stupid you have to be to do this shit, bro. That's just weird and disrespectful. Fucking weirdo. I like that I could shit on these people and like there's no backlash.
At least she cried. Shut up.
Because they all do stupid shit. Give me more ideas for Iceberg Part 2 for TikTok so I can shit on more people. Ronnie McNutt video. In 2020, normal TikToks would be posted onto the app. Well, that's what people thought. Until the TikTok would then cut to a clip of a man shooting himself in the head with a rifle. Well, he actually shoots himself in the face.
That's the one I was talking about earlier in the stream. Dude, it's fucked up.
Well, like, we're like, all right here. I'm sure you guys have probably seen the video. These TikToks were...
I didn't. I saw the first part of it and I said, I know what's going to happen. I just moved on. Shit fucked up.
Disguised as your average dancing videos, memes, K-pop fan cams, and everything else, but were meant to traumatize kids on the app. In case you're wondering exactly who started making these videos, there is no lead, but I'm sure we can all assume it was some edgy teen who just wanted to make some kids' days that much worse. The man in the video is Ronnie McNutt, age 33. A friend of his named John Steen, who was a live viewer of the stream,
it was a standard rifle. Didn't he say that?
Confirmed that the rumor of Ronnie doing this, quote, because his girlfriend broke up with him, is entirely false. He explains that Ronnie did this due to suffering from PTSD and depression. TikTok beheading video. In the summer of this year, a video began circulating on TikTok that showed a little girl dancing and then cut to a video of someone getting beheaded. We're assuming it's the Mexican Cartel because they're speaking Spanish in the video. Everyone assumed this person in the video to be her. Well, spoiler alert, it's not. They're two different people. It's just a random girl and it cuts to a Mexican Cartel.
You try to get people to watch like a video of a girl dancing and then like, oh, look, JK, just gonna kill someone.
Like the Ronnie McNutt video, this spread like wildfire. I'm sure people would just post the video itself or like cut the clip into a normal TikTok and trick people into thinking they're watching a normal TikTok and then it cuts to that.
Bro, your commentary on this video, dude, is so weird as hell. This guy in my chat's like, yeah, but compared to the 2000s, it's not so bad. Okay. It's still bad though, you know what I mean? Come on.
Clip. Anyway, like I was saying, the girl dancing and the person in the other video are not the same person. That person is a man by the name of Rodolfo Bellucci, which coincidentally has the same body type as the girl. If you're wondering how a tween girl and a grown man were mistaken to be the same person, well, almost all gore videos seem like they're filmed on a fucking Chromebook, so the best you'll get is 360p.
Well, I mean, that's good.
Cassie Compton. In January of 2021, a video posted on TikTok went viral due to showing a woman sitting in the backseat of a car with a black man sitting next to her. She had two black eyes and was slumped over.
Really? Are those black eyes or is that makeup? That actually looks like black eyes to me.
Staring at the camera, almost silently pleading for help. People compared this woman to Cassie Compton, a 15-year-old who disappeared from her home in Stuttgart, Arkansas on September 14th of 2014. Though, these were later found out to be two completely different people.
You think it looks like makeup? Maybe. There doesn't seem to be a lot of swelling.
And the woman in the video was confirmed by family to be Haley Grace Phillips. She had been reported missing by a family member who saw the video, but on her own account had just left home due to a falling out with her father. So
I don't know, maybe it does look like it's swelling. It's hard to tell, bro.
You know, she didn't think she was missing. She just like left home. She went on to host a few Instagram live streams where in the first one she says, I don't know who this Cassie bitch is, which already gave her a negative look. And when asked about the black eyes, she explains that she had been jumped and robbed by two women when leaving the store, and the men in the car were friends of hers helping her track down the attackers.
It's swelling. It is swelling. It kind of looked like it's swelling. It's hard to say. Maybe that was like a little bit after she got hit, and so it didn't look as bad.
If she was telling the truth, or if her abusers were telling her to say these things. Though we have no idea what the actual truth is because she disabled her account and never gave the public any more details. Austin 13. Austin Morosky was a TikToker with many followers who was accused of raping his 5-year-old sister.
Jesus Christ.
You heard that right. So basically, there is no hard evidence that I could find to this case. It's all just word of mouth from people that went to high school with him. So the story goes that he allegedly raped his little...
Kind of looks like the kind of guy who would do that. But of course, you can't just make like an affirmed position on. You can't take up an affirmed position that they did something without evidence. But it's really fucked up.
Little sister of 5 years old when he was 9, and then was sent off to a juvenile detention center during high school. Yes, during high school, which is already weird as part of the story because to enter juvie, there's not like an age limit. You could be 6 and be in juvie, so theoretically, he should have gone to juvie right when he did it, not during high school. Or maybe the story is that the information got leaked while he was in high school. But again, this is all word of mouth. Anyway, people on TikTok started rushing to spread awareness about this guy. He eventually ended up releasing an apology.
Hey everybody, my name's Austin Morosky.
Oh, if he apologized, then he can actually go off to the island. Gotta be careful with our language.
And the reason I'm making this TikTok is to educate my followers, friends, and family, regardless of the lack of knowledge that's concerning my life and my...
Bro, I hate the sighs because, like, guys, I'm so upset. Like, I'm so sorry. You know, it sounds like he's feigning the pauses that somebody would have if they're getting very upset about what they're saying. That's how I interpret it. Because when people are very upset when they talk, they tend to pause so that they can, like, recoup themselves. But that doesn't seem to be what he's actually doing. He seems to be imitating that general, like, mannerism of doing that.
My family, I as a TikToker and a man, will continue to make my fans happy and entertained.
Dude,
I just want my true supporters to know that if you happen to get in the same scenario like myself, don't beat yourself up. Let this be a lesson to my followers.
What? Wait, what? If you do this, if you get into a same scenario, don't beat yourself up?
That if you happen to get in the same scenario like myself, don't beat yourself up.
Dude, actually beat yourself up to the point where... See if I can find just the apology.
TikTok is to educate my followers.
I don't know if he's actually playing the whole thing.
Of the lack of knowledge concerning my life and my family, I as a TikToker and a man.
Oh, it seems he's showed the whole thing.
Continue to make my fans happy and entertained.
Dude, if you assault your sister, like, you don't have a social media presence anymore.
I just want my true supporters to know that if you happen to get in the same scenario like myself, don't beat yourself up.
What? Oh, I didn't know if he cut it up or something.
This be a lesson to my followers and whoever's watching.
Dude.
That words will and can affect someone's life along with the cyberbullying.
Which, by the way, is one of the worst...
Oh, no, I hope that he gets cyberbullied to the point where he just can't handle it. If that's what he did. Also, dude, I don't know, but, like, I'm just gonna tell you, hot take, whether you like it or not, if my son, like, raped my daughter, I would have just a daughter. You can interpret that how you want. I just don't understand. Like, what do you... Like, social media presence? Let's get the fuck out of here. There wouldn't be some kind of apology. You'd never hear from my son again. This is what I'll tell you. You'll never hear from that person again, is what I meant to say.
Apology videos I've seen. It's right up there with James Charles and David Dobrik.
I don't...
expect him to be like, no, I did not rape my sister, or yes, guys, I did it. But he just dodges the question. He acknowledges nothing. He tells his supporters that...
Didn't he do it when he was 9? I don't know. I don't know the specifics. I suppose that changes some things. I don't know. It depends on what... Dude, this gets into, like, such a loaded conversation about power dynamics between siblings, because it's one of those things where, you know, when we say the word rape, we generally say it in, like, a very violent sense of, like, oh, he did this to her. But a lot of times, it's like, when I know it's only 4 years, but for kids at 9 and 5, there's a massive power dynamic there, where you'll teach your youngest child to listen to the oldest child as some kind of, like, almost a pseudo parent. And so all he had to do was, like, suggest, like, oh, we should do this, and he could have just coerced her into doing whatever he wanted. And it's like, oh, don't tell mom, though, you know what I mean, because they have some kind of a power dynamic. They still know it's wrong. It's still disgusting. At the very least, like, there wouldn't be a written apology. I feel like I would just still beat the fuck out of my kid.
That words can affect you, and to keep your head up during hard times. He victimizes himself. I'm assuming this is why people think he's 100% guilty. Though we'll never really know, because those juvenile records aren't available to the public since they're minors. Lady Cat Killer. In 2020, there was a person that would go on Omegle with the tag furry from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. and would show off skinned and burned cats, cat skulls, and other things of that nature. Even though this happened on Omegle, the quote-unquote
Bro, I remember seeing this account.
lady would post on TikTok, which is why it's on this iceberg. If you were on TikTok at the time,
What if your daughter assaults your sons? Just as bad.
you might remember the amount of people that were talking about this. Shout out to the Netflix documentary, Don't Fuck With Cats. I love that. I love that film. That was cool. It was never proven or not as to if she was the person on TikTok, considering many accounts were made due to getting banned. But whoever was on the account seemed to be trying to pull off the "you'll never catch me" scheme, which, no, it was 2020, your ass is gonna get caught. And actually, law enforcement did get involved, and it is most likely that this person was tracked down and charged. Though we'll never have any confirmation because we don't know the cat killer's name, which means we can't look it up on public records.
Okay.
Bethany Martin. One of the most recent situations from this entire iceberg is the case of Bethany Martin and her minor friend. On July 28th in San Antonio, Texas, this girl and her friend saw someone hanging from the railing of a drainage
Oh, I remember this.
ditch. The 25-year-old man had just committed suicide, and instead of calling the police, well, one of the...
What did he commit? I don't know what he commit. How am I supposed to know what he did?
The 25-year-old man had just committed suicide,
Oh, okay, suicide.
and instead of calling the police, well, one of the teens filmed the other one
She took the necklace, yeah.
stealing his necklace. Yes, removing it from his lifeless body. To make matters even worse, they filmed it and posted it on Snapchat. I have no idea how stupid you have to be to film yourself committing a crime.
I mean, listen, if you're gonna steal somebody's necklace after they kill themselves, at least don't show people, you know? I mean, you shouldn't do that thing anyway, but, you know, what are you doing? Why the fuck are you recording yourself committing a crime? That's like making a rap video and telling people that you killed somebody, you know?
I mean, because if you think about it, they could have gotten away with it. And I'm not condoning them getting away with it. But seriously, how stupid, like, don't film it? Again, I am not condoning what they did. Good that they got caught. I'm glad they were idiots and filmed it. But like, bro, y'all are stupid. When asked by the police why she stole the necklace, she says that it matched her fashion style. Honestly, I didn't
What, scumfuck? I don't understand.
expect any better reasoning from this girl. The police
True.
returned the jewelry to the family. Bethany was arrested and charged with theft of a corpse. Her bond was set to $2,000 and she has since been released from jail. The minor was also charged with the same thing.
Okay. I mean, when you say the minor, what is it? Like, she's 18, the other one's 17? I like it when people are a little more accurate. I don't like the rhetoric, or not the rhetoric. I don't like the way people use the word minor sometimes, because when you take it to a case like Carson, where it's like, oh, an adult talked to a minor sexual, it's like, dude, there's 19, 17. You know what I mean? So it's better when you get the accuracy. Because when you tell me minor, it's like, oh, what is this girl, like 20 and the person's 14? It's like, okay, that's very different than like 18 and 17. I wish we just knew the actual ages instead of using the word minor, because it kind of just morally charges the situation instead of being more contextually accurate.
The Dark Abyss. Zachary Lathan. Often dubbed the TikToker who killed his neighbor for clout, Zachary Lathan did just that, though whether he did it for clout or not is unknown. Here is a rundown of the story. Zachary had been having problems with
I think I remember
his
this.
neighbors due to driving recklessly in the neighborhood. At one point, he films a woman that's part of the family and calls her a Karen repeatedly. He then allegedly swerved his car into their son's bike while he's biking. Eventually, the family's son and father confront Zach by going to his house, and meanwhile, Zach's wife is recording everything. Yeah, the dude had a wife at the age of 18. What the f? Anyway, Zach ends up going ape mode and stabs William in the armpit, puncturing his lung, killing him. People say this was an attempt to gain TikTok clout since the wife was recording, but I personally think it's just a man with mental and anger issues not knowing limits. Also, the argument that he did it for clout.
Well, he is a soldier, so he probably does have mental issues. I know it's a fucked up joke to make, but that's what we do here.
Is odd considering the dude he killed came up on his property first. You would think that he would go to the neighbor's house, kill him over there. But no, the people came up to his side, and I'm not defending, again, that kid's a fucking idiot. But yeah, rest in peace to that man. Rest in peace. Joseph Jimenez. Another recent event from this list is this Joseph Jimenez movie theater shooting. This happened last month in California. Anthony Barajas, a 19-year-old TikToker with about 1 million followers, and his friend Riley Goodrich went out to watch The Forever Purge, where they were shot and killed by a 20-year-old man by the name of Joseph Dumbass Jimenez. A reporter actually conducted an interview with this person, so I'll give you guys some takeaways from that. The movie theater was mostly empty. There were only a total of 6 people, 3 of those being Riley, Jimenez, and Anthony. The other 3 were Jimenez's friends. Halfway during the movie, Jimenez went to go get something from his car, and he told his friends that he came back with a gun. In the article, it says that his friends left to the parking lot. I guess they were just like weird. They were just fucking scared. They went to the parking lot. Then they see Jimenez running to his car, getting in, and speeding off. The bodies of the 2 teens weren't found up until the cleaning crew came up, which is odd. Like, no one heard a gunshot, like 2 gunshots in the movie theater. Anyway, both of the teens were killed execution style. So Jimenez went behind their seats, aimed his gun at the back of Anthony's head, and shot and killed him. When he killed Anthony, Riley reacted horrified, and then he shot her in the head as well. Riley died at the scene, and Anthony was on life support for a couple of days until eventually dying. When explaining why he did it, he says that voices were telling him that by killing both of those 2 teenagers, he would be saving the world. Claire Miller.
Do we actually believe that, or was he somebody that wanted to take like the insanity plea and be like, oh, I was hearing voices? You know, like, it's possible he was hearing voices. It's also possible he was lying so he can get a lesser charge.
Claire Miller is a 14-year-old girl that murdered her disabled sister, Helen, that had cerebral palsy, a disorder that affects a person's posture, muscles, and balance. We actually covered this topic on the channel when it happened back in February, and I also remember that this was an interesting case because there wasn't really like a reason. You know, there wasn't really a reason. So I'm gonna let my past self explain to you guys that. At 1 in the morning, the police got a phone call from Claire herself saying that she had just murdered her older sister. Her older sister, it was 19 years old and she was wheelchair bound. So she had a disability, but it doesn't really say what disability she had. So it says here that Claire hysterically called 911 and just admitted to murdering her sister. And when the police arrived, they noticed that she had tried washing the blood that was on her hands in the snow on the ground. So I guess there was just bloody snow everywhere. And they had found a knife inside of the older sister's neck. The name of the older sister was Helen Miller. I don't want to just like not mention her name. And since this happened in 1 in the morning, it says here that the parents were asleep. I don't know how you could sleep through a murder. You know, we don't know that many details, and I honestly don't really want to cover an update. They are charging her for murder as an adult. She's not being charged as a minor. She's being charged as a full adult. So she's gonna get these consequences, bro. She's probably gonna get like life in prison or 100+ years type stuff. It's obviously that this Claire girl has a mental disability. Like, no one just murders out of nowhere.
Well, did they talk more about this girl that killed her own mother? Or excuse me, her sister? Because I mean, dude, I don't know the specifics. I wonder if there's a possible narrative where the sister asked her to kill her. I'm not even trying to be an asshole. I'm just speculating. I know this is out of there. It's weird to me that they would kill their own sister and then they would like call the police crying almost immediately. And so it's, you know, if you have cerebral palsy, you may not want to live. And this is fucked up. But maybe she asked her to do it. I'm just saying, it's a speculation. It may not be true. But it's just a fucked up scenario, man.
Where even in her mugshot, like she looks like she's not fully there. Okay, cool. Let's head on to the next topic. Nicola Priest. This is by far one of the worst things I'm gonna talk about on the channel. So this woman from the UK named...
It could have been that as soon as she killed her, reality checked in. That's possible, yeah.
Nicola Priest would post TikToks mourning her dead daughter. Her daughter seemed to be like about 2. And I'm sure when people saw this on their For You page, they would, you know, leave loving comments like, oh no, you're strong, you're gonna be strong. Come to find out, this woman actually murdered her own kid.
Jesus.
And then went on TikTok, post mourning her own daughter. People found this out because you can actually search her up on public records and it says there that she murdered.
So manslaughter and child cruelty to or willful assault, ill treatment, neglect of child. So what does that mean? Manslaughter is usually like accidentally killing somebody. What did she do? Is there more? Is there a bigger like? Is there more to this? You know, because some others are just fucking stupid and they accidentally, like, I don't know. What the fuck? She was found not guilty of murder, but she got cruelty of a child. What does that mean? Like, what does this mean? I can't fucking... Yeah, I don't know. I'm only asking because, like, if they got a neglect of child, what had happened? Did they forget they put a car seat in them? Barely fed her, forced her to do TikTok content, and physically hit her a lot? Oh, okay. If that's true, that's really fucked up. She and her ex-husband abused daughter. Is that, like, confirmed? Can you find me a confirmation for those?
Her kid. She only got 15 years in prison, which is so fucking weird. Why? So yeah, when that information came out, it flipped the story on its head. Now people see this woman as a demon because that's what she is. And if you go back and watch some of the videos, her account is still up, by the way. If you go back and watch some of the videos, it's so fucking creepy.
I don't know how you guys could watch stuff like that, or people could watch stuff like this and hear about stuff like this and be against capital punishment. Like, honestly. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like we always take it to like systemic racism. We talk about this shit. I'm more focused on people like this. Like, oh, I abused the fuck out of my daughter and she died. Okay, death penalty, capital punishment. I don't care. What the fuck? Like, what? Is this person somebody that we need around? Do you abuse a child? We can at least do capital punishment for child abusers. You know,
seeing like just knowing what happened and then seeing that she's acting like she didn't fucking kill her own daughter.
Jesus. It's making me quite upset to see that, like, just a bunch of montage of this dead girl.
CP. I'm not gonna explain what CP is, but CP is available on TikTok. Whether it be creeps paying little girls to message them, or
dude, it's also people like set their profile pictures on TikTok of like very inappropriate images. It's fucked up. And then there are like accounts that would shout it out. It's really disgusting.
Or little girls going out of their way to show off their queefing skills. I'm not lying. I can't fucking believe I'm serious. There are so many grown, disgusting ass men that are on TikTok just looking for children.
Dude, honestly, I'm sure there's some women too, but it seems to be more like men. Bro, this is what I talk about all the time. When you're on TikTok and women call men pedophiles, that will be like, hey, you should dress more like conservatively. Like, hey, you're 16, you shouldn't be shaking your ass. And everybody's like, oh my God, you're a dirty old disgusting man. It's like, no, dude, I'm a man that understands that there are disgusting men out there that need to stop. You know, and it's so crazy that like there's so much energy into suppressing like other men that are trying to protect young girls from disgusting men, but there's really no energy targeting the men that are disgusting towards young girls. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane.
So the most I could say for this is just protect your children. All right, yeah, that was the iceberg. You guys, let me know if you guys.
That was fucked up, bro. I appreciate you giving me your outro and stuff so I don't have to watch it. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that's pretty fucked up, man. That was a good video, though. Very informative. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, guys.
I better run a quick.